Casey from Boulder City, Nevada said, Kenya, after accusing Tanya of trying to tear down your business, you called her a see you next Tuesday. Why did you stoop so low at that moment?
I was angry, and I definitely felt very bad about it later. As angry as I was, no woman deserves to be called that name, and she did not deserve to be called that name, and I definitely felt bad about that, and I apologized.
Do you accept that apology, Tanya?
She's defended every single action she's made so far, so I feel like she just had to acknowledge that she messed up.
Let the church say amen.
All right. Patrice from Fort Wayne, Indiana said, Nene, you said that Kenya deserved what happened to her in her marriage because she brought the cookie lady to confront Tanya. Do you still feel that way?
Do you deserve Greg having relationships with your help?
Huh?
Oh. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
I do deserve
Messing
it.
around with the help.
I deserve it.
Okay, girl.
So I called Greg. I said, Greg, I have you on speaker. He was like, uh-huh. I said, so you've been talking to Juanita? And he said, no, I ain't never talked to her. You gotta be. I was like, okay, you have five. Who is your man messing around with? It ain't you.
Yeah, who knows? We're separated. It could be anybody. If he's out on a date, then he's out on a date, honey. And he ain't calling my housekeeper to have sex
He's
with
calling.
him.
He's calling all the people around you to have sex with.
No, you're just boring
that
me.
thing over there.
You're just boring me.
Fake ass bitch.
Brandon from Virginia said, Kenya, in Toronto, you hinted that someone's significant other may be cheating on them. Why didn't you just tell Tanya that it was Paul?
I wasn't specifically speaking of Tanya initially.
Oh,
I started to engage her when she started asking me the questions.
How many people at the table was already privy to that information? Candy, Cynthia, and yourself. Everybody was like, wow, she's really coming for you.
No, everyone didn't, because Portia even said after I left, well, is she talking about me?
I only thought you were talking about me for 2 seconds.
At first I was like, wait, she's talking about me. And then as you guys kept going back and forth, I was like, oh, she must be talking about that lady.
Exactly.
Her plan was intentional from the very beginning.
That's not true.
She thought she had a loaded gun. She shot a blank. On
As
top
I
of
said
that,
in my
I
interview,
actually,
I'm going
Kenya,
to give
you
it to
talked
her.
all day, zip your lips so somebody else can say something.
You just got here a half hour ago. Keep on
yes.
Bring it, girl.
How did you know that she was targeting
I
you?
didn't. I had nothing to hide
No,
at that
let's be
point. I was like,
truthful.
cool.
Tanya,
I
you had a conversation with Cynthia.
I confirmed it in Canada with Tanya that Kenya was talking about her.
Oh, you did?
When Kenya met the cookie lady, that was months before the whole Canada thing happened. So she had been sitting on this information for a while, and I personally don't feel like she would even go there and use that bullet until she got upset with Tanya.
Is that true,
Yes,
Kenya?
yes, Andy.
Okay.
Thank you to Cynthia. By the time we got back to Atlanta and went to the spa, Tanya was up on game. That's why she brought the wig out.
When that wig fell into my hands, this was exactly Kenya. She sat at that table, and when someone asked, hey, Kenya, are you wearing a wig? She got so upset. You've asked people about their marriage. We're having this open conversation, but you can't say, yes, I'm wearing a wig. Why would she be mad about a wig?
I wear wigs occasionally to protect my 24 inches of real hair.
Oh.
Don't hide it.
You did hide it. You walked
Came
away
for
from
me
the table.
because you thought I came for Paul. Had I known that you had
So
this
nasty.
sensitivity and these insecurities about your relationship, I wouldn't have asked you or answered any of your questions.
You're talking about my cookie lady. Mark has a whole restaurant and dessert bar in New York that you're trying to pretend like we're not talking about. You were in the sunken place and you wanted to pull other people
girl.
down.
Okay.
Sunken place, Kenya.
Nice read, Tanya. You're doing a great job.
It's true, though.
You're so corny, girl. I can't.
She's not corny. She's Canadian.
We have a question from Portia in Atlanta.
Okay, stop for Portia.
Tanya, do you think that Kenya acted alone in bringing the cookie lady to the light to shame you?
I feel like the one who shoots the gun is guilty of the crime. Now, someone else might have been driving the getaway car, but I do give Cynthia credit because Cynthia, you know, here's the thing. When you roll around with pigs, you're going to get dirty.
Now we're
But
trying to
Cynthia knew
drag
about
Cynthia.
it. But I give Cynthia a whole lot of credit because she knew she was doing the wrong thing.
Cynthia!
And when that cookie lady came in there, I swooped you out of there.
Eva, don't talk right now because you ate those cookies 10 different times.
And those cookies were good as
Let me just say this.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that?
Cynthia had nothing to do with anything.
She said at the after show that she originally told the cookie lady that she should come to your Brooklyn's birthday party in order to out Tanya.
At the time, Tanya wasn't really on the show like that. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool, T, but like, why is she telling us? And at the time, we were getting ready to have Brooklyn's party. So I was like, well, you need to come to the party and tell Tanya.
These cookies are stale over here. I'm so bored.
Of course you are. It's not called boring. It's called there's fire up
Right,
under
it's
your
fine.
ass.
You're not a part of this, so shut the hell up.
Exactly.
Anyway, Cynthia, you want to respond?
Thank you so much, Portia, for your question. Yes, I was privy to that information. I had absolutely nothing to do with the lady coming to the brunch and Tanya, Sam's.
What about
knows
her
that
coming to
very
Brooklyn's
clear.
party? We're not talking about the brunch.
I was very upset with Kenya about that whole situation. So was Eva. Yes, we did eat the cookies in the end because there was a
a whole conversation
I was
between her
pregnant.
and the lady. I was a little disappointed that Tanya didn't say publicly at any point they supported me and
No,
they wanted
she
to make sure I was
became friends
okay.
with me,
And
girl.
Kenya
She's
said
not
you had
gonna
a
be
big
a friend.
blowout. You guys never saw that, so it looked like we were just sitting there being a bunch of jerks watching this girl come in there and come for Tanya, and that was not the case.
Right.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
You know.
Candy, on your YouTube channel, you chose not to have a comment on Kenya's Cookie Lady stunt. Portia responded on Instagram with, "No opinion says a lot." And you said, "No opinion says, I don't give a." Why did you respond so harshly to Portia?
I was not there when the cookie lady came around. Why everybody want me to have an opinion about it so bad?
Because it's principle. You're
No,
in a
it's
relationship that you've fought very hard for. If you were in my shoes, you would be mad because the principle of that is messed up.
I got much love for you, Tanya, but here's the thing. I myself had a situation, even like when Cynthia brought the lady to the winery, and she was saying how, oh, Ty liked to swerve. Ty was always on the come up. I had to stand up for myself. You coming into this situation with us, Tanya. We can't rescue you.
He had his, Ty was always on the come up, and I'm not mad at that. But you already know that when people say on the come up, you know that means you're getting with someone who has more money. But all I'm saying is, he always found himself in a better situation. Natalie, don't water it down. Honestly, you seem sweet, but you're doing the same thing to Candy that she just did to you. That's her fiance, and you're calling out her fiance in a way about cheating. No. Regardless of whatever you said or how you meant it, that's how everybody took it.
And I don't know you well enough to be trying to rescue you out of this situation. Now, had I been there with the cookie lady, I might have had something to say.
Okay, let's leave it there.